Hello, people from the internet, and welcome to a new episode of Sketchbook Walkthrough. Today, I'm gonna be showing you my sketchbook from the second part of 2024. Before we start, I want to say thank you to all the people that liked my latest videos about sketchbooks. My first sketchbook walkthrough got 30,000 views, which was completely unexpected. It's more than my subscriber count, so I think that's a big win. So let's get into it. So we start with some more stickers. Some of them are from amazing artists like UFO, Dogma, Reeves One, some crews from my hometown. This is a breakdance crew. It's called The Last Alive. So yeah, here we have a sticker from Dripper, Laylo, and Aino, and Rudy Art here. Mo. And this is the first sketch of this sketchbook that I'm not really proud of, but yeah, the first graffiti sketch of the sketchbook. And we start with some more sketches of graffiti. This is during the trip from Kosovo to Albania. I was just sketching my name and my crew. And here, as always, I like to start my sketchbook with a nice detailed acrylic painted page. And this one was inspired by the Blues Brothers. Okay, here I left a blank page. There's also one page that is gone. I wonder what is it? And this page is all ballpoint pen. As you may know, I love working in ballpoint pen. Here we have some stickers that are here to cover some stuff that I didn't really like. And here's a test for painting that you will see later because I've repainted this same subject. They started doing it and I realized that I could have done it better. So I just started from scratch. As like the same as the other sketchbooks that I showed you in the previous videos, you're gonna see a lot of pages that are not completed, not finished, not refined, and that's totally in line with my way of working. If you haven't watched it, there's 2 more videos of me showing my sketchbooks, explaining what's the ideas, like what are the ideas behind any of the sketches or where I was while I was sketching it and more backstories about them. Oh, this one is pretty nice. I was on the beach with this friend of mine and he got his hair braided. I think that's how you say it in English. Yeah, it was a really nice moment. I was really trying to capture it. This is a sketch from So Wet. More sketches from him. This is very like fast stuff that he does. I think it's pretty funny. These ones are from Kote. Here we have a sketch from Cayman, also from my crew. And here's another ballpoint portrait. Here I messed up with the acrylic paint. There is on this page. I really went heavy on this one and I didn't prime the papers. And here's what happens when you don't prime the papers before. And here is an actual sketch from Aster, which is this guy. Going forward, we have a car on fire. And here the sketchbook is falling apart, but that's okay. Kind of like a portrait of one of my friends. I was starting to do it and it really looks like him, even though it's just his eye and part of his nose. It just looked like him. So I was like, maybe that's enough. If I got something that resembles him in just a few lines and it means then it's done. And he really liked it, like as it is. Next, this one is really wonky. Like the arm is all like curved. But I think it's an interesting pose. It's Gambit from Marvel. comics. Pose study, more poses studies. This is like boxing picture that I found on Quick Poses. I really recommend Quick Poses for references. More sticker pages, and this is the painting I was talking about earlier. It's like the painting that I started in the beginning of the sketchbook, and I even like, so I ended up retrying it. It's the same character. It's like a witch. It kind of reminds me of Simon Beasley stuff, but more kawaii, maybe we can say. It's like it has a bigger head and big boobies. More experiments. This section of the sketch, I was using this very shiny primer for the pages, and I think it looks really really weird when it dries. But the acrylics, they really shine on this thing. More images from reference. This one is from a picture I took in Germany. This is my friend Baghdad. And here we have more anatomy and expressions experiments. Somebody dripping. Here I tried to make a caricature of Johnny Depp style gentleman in acrylics. I really like this one. I also attempted it on a wall, like a similar character. Oh, and here I wrote that this page has been painted a lot later. I think it was at around the end of the year when I painted this one. So it's like probably the most recent acrylic work that there is on this sketchbook, even though these sketches are probably from late summer. More cross-hatching, and here I think, yeah, this is how you're supposed to see it. It's like a vase with plants in it. This is like Cusco inspired character. More Inca styled stuff. This one is from my friend Drake. He's from South Africa. Really, really good artist. And this is from Yeko. I should once again paint something on the rest of these pages that are kind of empty, but it's been so long since this sketchbook has been sitting in my house, and I like to tie a sketchbook to a certain period of my life, so I usually end up leaving them unfinished. This one is pretty cool, like a b-boy character. It's like with his hand on it's like scratching. He's saying PUF SDC. The weird lime duck. Did I achieve the effect? I don't know. Looks just a weirdly painted duck. It looks like somebody painted over a plastic duck in a way that it's supposed to look like it's transparent, but it's actually not. I don't know if the idea is, if that's the right way of saying it. I don't know. Is Reen? I don't know if that's the right pronunciation. And this is my portrait of Drake. Then we got bases and a section of a face with cross-hatched. This is a very amazing sketch from ASM and Mans, and I hosted them for a couple of days in my house here in Milano, and they were kind enough to return me the favor by doing this insane sketch on my sketchbook, and it's pretty sick. I have to say, one of the best pages on this sketchbook for sure. Dragon eating the fish, flower-eyed guy, and a guy head inside of an eye, and weird animals all around, and graffiti, and a gummy bear. Apparently, this is how I would draw a gummy. Next, we got fat people on the metro, graffiti, more people on the metro. I remember very vividly the moment when I painted this one. Here I was probably sitting in a bar somewhere. And here, this is a sketch that I really like, and I was afraid of ruining it. It's like a disabled guy playing a banjo kind of instrument. Then we get a little gnome and an old woman. This one is really, really ugly. The light's not even reflecting on it pretty well, but it's pretty ugly. This one is again from Aster. And this is probably made with Copic markers. I think it is. The outline is just ballpoint pen mixed with Copic markers. This sketch is from a guy that writes Mipan and is really, really good doing this kind of crazy hands and characters. It's really, really talented. Then we got Tag from Viberhate, Sabe, and more characters. This one is also pretty cool. It's like a monster offering a guy a flower. It just felt like a nice idea, and I just tried to make something nice with it. I like when I'm able to sketch something like this, and it's like directly ballpoint pen lines. I usually tend to mess it up when I cross hatch it. Like if it's a really, really clean sketch, I'm usually afraid of going over it. Like this hand is really clean. Like it's nice as it is, in my opinion. So I didn't really finish all the shading. It's no idea of this one is cool. It's a guy pointing two guns to its enemy. This one is actually really cool. It's a girl actually. It has these big earrings. More. So this is a cup with forks and knives and scissors inside. I think these ones are the style file markers. Oh, this is a very nice sketch from Org. This one also gets to the podium of the best sketches in my sketchbook. And then we got more portraits. And even more portraits and some poses and composition ideas or big murals, hopefully. And this could be there could be some options for some murals. I have no idea of what this is. No idea. Maybe a guy resting with his hands behind his head. I don't know. And this is a friend of mine, and I made her kind of a sketch portrait. She thought she didn't really resemble the image. I agree, but I like it. I still like it. I think it's interesting. It's the weird mixed technique portrait where there's some alcohol markers. There's also some like normal crappy markers and ballpoint pen, and this is probably like some adding marker. So yeah, it's a nice mix. Here we got some more mixed technique sketches, one of my stickers. There was so much bleed out on this page. More stickers to cover crappy letters. These were some characters that I used to do as kind of throw up. But it's really, really hard to have a throw up that it's this wide. So I would have, like, if I really had to use them, I would have modified the width of the character. And here there is another sketch from Sound. Then we get to this was a pose study, but then I did this weird thing around it, and I think that composition wise is really interesting. I like that it has like two different legs because I was trying to do this one, and then I found out that this pose was more interesting. She's like coming down from an elevated surface, like a big step. And this one is from one of my friends. She doesn't really paint, but she just wanted to do a sketch in my sketchbook. And this is caricatures of like a couple that they're my friends and more little characters and caricatures. Then we have plastic bottles weird graffiti ideas and sketches. I like this skull. I like the simplification that I created here. This one is from my friend Pen. That is, you probably have seen his work in my other sketchbooks. If you've seen the videos, check it out right here. And here is another friend of mine. And then we have more and more experiments, poses and faces and funky guys and more classical references. This is a master study. I don't remember which one was the museum where I found the piece where this little guy comes from, but it was like a painting where the head of this kid was like this big. And I took a photo of it, and because I really liked it, and I ended up making a study of it. And that's how you should do if you want to improve on faces and values and cross hatching. Just get something that works. Can be a picture, a painting, a photograph, a sketch of someone else. Try to replicate it, and if you try to replicate it in a different technique, it's usually a good practice. More stickers to cover up my messed up things. I don't know what's this layout here, but it looks interesting. These are more of my friends. Clothing studies. This is a sketch for a canvas I'm still painting. And this is from another paint of mine, another friend of mine, more of these squishy guys. Here I was trying to make it like less wide, but it didn't really work. I really liked the wider version of it. Maybe one day I will restudy it and maybe find a way to make it work. And here we have a more complete graffiti sketch with the character pointing its gun to the piece while holding a knife. It's very violent. I don't usually make my characters this violent. I was probably angry that day. Gouache experiments. I gotta be honest, this one is actually fixed up with acrylics because I really suck at painting with gouache. It's not my medium. I tried, I failed. I'm probably never gonna use it again. And that's it. More stuff. This one is actually a pencil. Like this one is like super crappy purplish cobalt violet pencil, but I like the effect, and it looks very similar to the effect of the blue ballpoint pen. I was in Larnaca airport. I had a layoff. It's like in Cyprus. It's a very small airport. And I was waiting there for like 8 to 9 hours. I don't remember. So I started painting the all gate situation. There were people in front of me, and then they started talking to me, and they wanted to see the sketch, and they were pretty intrigued about my work. Yeah, it was an interesting moment. There were a lot of people. It was an interesting environment. I was probably spending a couple of hours on this single page. And I like that it's also unfinished like the others, but it looks like the things that are unfinished are the ones that were moving the most. Teapot. If you don't know, the teapot is usually one of the very first 3D models, has been created as a test for 3D rendering softwares. And that's why it was on my mind, because I was studying 3D modeling at the time. Oh, this is actually a scene that I was in front of. There was this girl, very short girl, that she was ordering at McDonald's, and she was taking like ages for ordering. So I had the time to sketch her. These sketches are done with with this kind of markers. They're called gelatos, and they're basically gouache pastels. It's very weird. Like they're water mixable, so you can blend them using water. And the interesting thing is that you can also use some cotton swabs to blend them on the paper. And it's really, really fast to work with this kind of markers. And you will see some more sketches like with this stuff. So I think that from here to the next 4 or 5 pages, I was in the same airport. I was waiting for a flight that was delayed, and I was coming back to Milano from my hometown. And so it was already 2025, the very beginning of 2025. And I was trying to practice the same way as Peter Han does. So I was doing a lot of geometry and trying to imagine form in different angles and different proportions of things intersecting with each other: solids, spheres, cones, cylinders. And it's this page and all these last pages that you will see. They were all painted during the same day, basically. Here we have some more sketch done with this kind of marker pastels. And this is a study from Jim Murray. He's a comic book artist that I really appreciate, and I think he really has a style that resembles what I want to achieve in my own. So I just copy him sometimes to study. This is a lion. I went to a museum and there was lion that it was impaled. I think that's the word. And it was pretty interesting. It looked pretty deformed, to be honest. You can see it was all ring, but it was interesting, and I think I represented it. I got pretty close to the reference. More sketches, always same material. There's also some white pen on it. This is acrylic. And we get to the pages that I was talking about earlier. There's a b-boy, there's a skull, pieces of robots, a face, a guy running, and his hand is going all around the sketchbook, and a floating bunny head. That's the same guy here. I don't know where this guy was coming from, but some sort of speaker from some podcast. I think this face is the same as this one. It's like just a close up from this pose. And here we have someone holding a gun, mannequin, and cubes study, and more floating cubes study. And then we get to. So this is a friend of mine from England. I'm gonna put again her Instagram profile. She's a really, really good tattoo artist. Here we got another graffiti sketch. And kids screaming without teeth. Superhero kid. And the last sketch, which is like the last page of the sketchbook, is from Sowes, wrote my name. And that's it. So this is the Fana sketchbook of 2024 and a few stuff from 2025. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna see you guys very soon because I have more sketchbooks to walk you through, and there's a lot more to talk about. So see you soon back on my channel. Bye bye.